Lillian the Waters in The Science of Ascension, 1929. Chapter 2. Is Man God? To announce that we are spirit means that we recognize and accept spirit, God, as our reality and as our true self. Many have refrained from accepting the wonderful vision that we are life, truth, and love because of the boldness of the statement. But when this fact is stated in another way, when it is couched in different phraseology, one readily confirms and sanctions it. Let us be big enough in vision and great enough in nature to recognize and accept truth, no matter who states it or in what raiment of words it be clothed. One of insight penetrates the garment of language and knows that the leaven is working no matter how many measures of meal may seem to conceal it. Suppose we are asked the current metaphysical query, is man God? What is our reply? Our reply is this. The question cannot be intelligently answered as it stands, for the reason that the words God and man are open to many different interpretations. But if one pierces the wall of ambiguity and discerning the underlying meaning, asks the question in more precise language, it can be satisfactorily answered. Let the question be stated. Are we life, truth, and love? This language is understood and does not need interpretation as though it were of foreign tongue. When one hears the word man, immediately the mind questions, does this mean the real or the false man? Does this question refer to mentality, the soul, or the body? If therefore students, teachers, and writers avoid using the word man and substitute a word which is common and easily understood, much confusion occurring in metaphysical teaching will be eliminated. The same misunderstanding occurs with the word God. Here one, spiritually unenlightened, may regard God in personal state. We therefore use the words truth, spirit, soul, reality, etc. to bring the light more clearly to individual consciousness. Writers of the Bible, as well as some well-known metaphysical writers of recent times, speak of man as image, expression, manifestation, idea. Can it be that this image means you and me, the individual himself? Can it be that I, myself, am an image, an expression, a manifestation only? Verily, no. There is no one but whom, as soon as he receives a certain baptism of the fire of insight, chafes under the notion that he himself is an image. There is something in him which whispers to him that he is greater than an image, greater than a manifestation or an idea. If he penetrates a little more deeply, if he opens his vision a little more fully, he soon perceives just what it is that is the image, and just what it is that is called man the image of God. It is the body that is the image. The body is the manifestation or expression of individual consciousness. The body images, enacts, portrays, expresses, manifests the health, life, strength, power, intelligence, substance, and reality of individual consciousness. Perceiving that man is the body or embodiment, one can then clearly accept that God, invisible life, is not man, visible body, nor is man, visible body, God. Yet they are one and inseparable. One would not say that the person outside the mirror is the form in the mirror. The person outside is not an image or expression, but the form in the mirror is the expression of that form standing before the mirror. One is not the other. Still, they are one, and they are inseparable. Thus, if one questions, is man God? The answer is, man or image is not God or substance, but they are one as intelligence and idea, manifester and manifestation, soul and embodiment. Individual body, man or manifestation is the activity, expression and manifestation of individual self with a capital S. We do not consider self a picture or an idea or a manifestation. Such belief would not agree and coincide with our living teacher, who says throughout all ages, times and discoveries, I am the life, I am the truth, I am the way. Individual being, or the being of the individual, is the one life, intelligence and substance. There is only one being, and this one is all. We cannot have being outside this one. All being is Christ, God. All life is reality, God. All intelligence is truth, God. Have no fear in stepping out upon the waves of new ideas and in claiming the glory of your immaculate being. Individual being comprises both consciousness and body, both life and its expression, for they are one and inseparable. To consider oneself manifestation only is to fear to step out upon the great sea of understanding. Everything that is real, that is true, that is perfect, is included in the one. The one is universal, Father, and individual, Son, one being. The reality of the individual self can be nothing else than the one reality, for there is nothing else to be. One can easily perceive that all nature symbolizes that the son is a son for a time until finally he puts on, in quotes, or becomes a father. In the beginning of our metaphysical study, we would no doubt have been startled had we been informed the majesty and the omnipotence of our being. However, we found it easy to be children of God, sons and daughters of God, manifestations and ideas of God. But hearts now leap to the music of the full vision, and exaltedly one receives the new name in his forehead. How could intelligence and its idea be divided? How could soul and its embodiment be separated? Nay, it cannot be. Life being is one, and this one is all inclusive. The universe, including man, body of the individual, is the body of truth, God. Quote, thine eyes did see my substance, and all my members were fashioned, when as yet there were none of them. David. The real body, the perfect body, the divine body, is the manifestation of wisdom, intelligence, life, substance, being. And it is this perfect, immaculate body that is called man, the image of God. Let us claim the highest, so shall the highest claim us. It has been said by men of wisdom that as one approaches truth, so does truth approach him. If one feels that he must not hope for or expect too much, that it might be safer to be son than father, let him consider such scriptural advice as this. Quote, let us come boldly to the throne of grace. Great is the boldness of speech, thy boldness of speech. Ye are the light of the world. Let your light shine. Fear not, no man may say that Jesus is the Lord, but by the Holy Spirit. Thus we are both creator and creation, both intelligence and idea, both soul and body. And this unit is indivisible, inseparable, irresistible, everlasting, and eternal. It is curious that an understanding of the body is one of the last revelations to come to many, yet one of the first questions that a student asks. The thought of the body seems often to tear one asunder. Now many of us have discovered that we do not understand a thing until we are in a position to understand it. That is, we may hear or read a right answer to a question, yet our ears and eyes are dull and blinded, and often the meaning escapes us. Years later, perhaps, the right answer presents itself again, and now how differently it appears to us. We hail it with great joy. The answer is always here, but one perceives truth according to his individual receptivity. When one takes ownership of his body, as though his body were outside his consciousness, he feels a responsibility, and very often a heavy one. If, for instance, the body seems weak and sick, his belief may be that it should be fixed up so that it will look right again and act right again. By assuming personal ownership over his body, he automatically assumes responsibility and makes himself personally accountable for the health, harmony, and maintenance of this body. Is this not so? Shall we then stop feeding the body, clothing the body, caring for the body? Not at all. But we can change our perception of body. We can come into a higher understanding of body and automatically bless not only our bodies and ourselves, but bless the whole world. Yea, self does not have a body of destructible flesh and bones, a body subject to age, limitation, and disease. Do you suppose that a spiritual being could be weak and weary, old and crippled? Unthinkable. Do you recall how Jesus brought attention to the growing of the lily? How beautiful its body, how fragrant its perfume, how irresistible its form, yet how wholly unconscious of its body. Jesus, discerning our need, said, "Consider the lily. It assumes no responsibility, yet behold its beauty of form and its radiance of being. And you, do you not know that infinite reality places you in a far higher position than this lily growing in the field? Is it not to be expected that you have a form and a body superior to that of a simple flower growing in the earth? Sitting under a great shade tree one day, listening to the carol of the birds and the hum of the bees, it came to a thoughtful person how much more he would enjoy nature at that moment, were he not fatigued. There seemed a sense of unrest in his body. Quite naturally, he carried on a conversation with his inner self about it. Quote, "Life would be so much more delightful," he meditated, "if people were never sick, if the body were not subject to disasters, discords, limitations. Of course, there isn't really any such body, but there seems." "Well, why should you think about your body?" came back the answer. Yes, he thought, that's it. Why should I be compelled to think of it? I really know so little about the body anyhow. I do not understand how I live, nor how I sleep in the body. I do not understand how my blood circulates, nor how my food digests. In fact, now that I see it, I know little or nothing about the body as far as the substance or the reality of it is concerned. Well then, why have any unnecessary care or worry over it at all? Can there be any body except the body of truth? Is there anything besides truth? Questioned the voice. What a wonderful thought, he mused. To be sure, truth is my consciousness, and why shouldn't truth be my body as well? Am I consciousness and body? You are not dual, came the answer. You are one. Whatever there is of you must be the all of you. You are myself. I am yourself. Your body is mine. My body is yours. This is one whole, one all, one being, one action, one form, one life, and one embodiment of this life. Unconsciously, he had been caught up by spirit, and now, simultaneously, there came to him an illumined sense of joy, uplift, and harmony. Have we not all noticed that when the body is perfectly well and normal, that it causes us no concern? In fact, we quite forget it for the time. We have it, of course, but it is much the same as a shadow. It goes along with us, wherever we wish to go, but we have no anxious concern about it, and at times we are altogether unconscious of it. Turn now to a consideration of the night dream. You dream, for instance, that you are traveling with a party of friends in an ocean liner. You plainly see the great ship. You watch the white waves. You look upon your friends and you distinguish them. You see the color of their hair and eyes, and you note their mode of apparel. But you do all this unconsciously, that is, with no conscious thought as to whether they are material, mental, or spiritual beings. If you wish, you could gaze into the mirror at your side and see your own reflection. A body, to be sure, hair, eyes, hands, and feet, also apparel. You run down the stairs, but you do not give your feet a thought. You sit at the table and perhaps dine sumptuously, yet it does not occur to you that you have a stomach, and certainly you have not heard of indigestion. You dance upon the polished floor, and your joy and abandon are glorious. You are not considering whether or not your body is weary. You are not considering your body at all. Should you feel impelled to sing to your friends, you give no thought as to whether or not your voice has been cultivated. It does not occur to you that you have a throat, yet laboriously wonderful tones now come forth, and words too, but you quite take this for granted. Now you see that in your dreams you have hands and feet and body. You walk and run and sing and dance. You talk and play and eat. Although you are unconscious of a body, yet it accompanies you. Is this not so? Turning now to this world, is it not easy to acknowledge that you perform many necessary and important acts relative to living? Yet such action is quite unconscious on your part, and quite laborious too. You waken in the morning, for instance, but you do not know how this is done. You are quite unconcerned, however, as you have been doing this laboriously for days, months, and years. It passes your attention unnoticed. You partake of breakfast, yet you attend not to the digestion of this food, or to the operations through which it passes in order to nourish the body. At night you, quote, go to sleep, but you have never yet discovered just how you do this little thing. Indeed, if you tried to investigate it, you might be unable to accomplish it. When your body is radiant with the glow and glory of perfect health, you quite forget about it. The more health, the less thought of body. Full health, no thought of body at all. Now, this by no means infers that we are bodiless, but it means that our body has no personal claim upon us. We should feel no responsibility regarding the body, and we should feel no attachment to it. Has the hour struck for us when we are willing to be absent from the body and present with the Lord? Are we ready to yield attachment and responsibility that a personal sense of body brings? Are we not told in mystical language that it is in losing that one gains? Have no fear that in losing attachment to the body, you may lose the body itself. For quite the contrary, you will be fitting yourself to understanding. Oh, wondrous, radiant light! Oh, glorious, ever-increasing revelation! To be willing not to heal or change the body is to find oneself on the royal road to a body that is not sick, limited, or changeable. A body immortal, eternal, and everlasting. A body immune. It has been said that everything is as real as one makes it. Now, no one makes reality, for reality is, regardless of what anyone thinks or believes or feels. If one believes that his body is material, if a material body is reality to him, then automatically he subjects his body to so-called material action. But supposing one lays no claim to a separate, external, or personal body at all, would not he then be out of the touch of disease, limitation, destruction altogether? Consider this momentous question slowly, meditatively. Finding the true idea of a thing, the false idea drops away automatically. Bearing this in mind, it would seem wisdom that we perceive why our bodies cannot be sick. Then we will be fearless and immune. The time is here for each of us to see that we have no false body to deny, and that all form belongs to the one life and being. Truth is not in any form, but truth is every form. Being is not divided into form, but being is expressed by form. We cannot go out of life, for we are life. We cannot go out of health, for life is health. We cannot be outside the kingdom, for the kingdom is within us. We cannot be separated from body, for body is one with soul. We cannot be separated, divided, disunited. We are complete and indivisible being. Since reality is all, and all is reality, then whatever the body is, it must be in and of reality. Clear vision reports that soul and body, cause and effect, life and form are one, now, always, and forever. When we go to the telephone and listen to a friend's voice, we know that back of the instrument is the man himself, and the instrument is but the form or the medium of transmission. Now it is quite the same with soul and body, with creator and creation. Form is the medium of expression. Form is as necessary and as eternal and indestructible as is the self which it is expressing. Perfect embodiment is the body of truth. Spirit blessed the form called creation and called this formation good, perfect, and ideal. Do not worry about the teaching of reincarnation, which means the changing of forms, nor of pantheism, which means the placing of spirit in creation. Soul is limitless, infinite, eternal, in everything and yet in nothing. Neither here nor there, yet everywhere. Neither this one nor that one, but everyone. The one shining in the star, sparkling in the water, blooming in the rose, ascending in the bird, seeing, hearing, feeling, expressing in all life and being. Truth in the small, truth in the great, truth in heaven, truth in earth. One being, one all. The one, all height and no height. The one, all time and no time. The one, all form and no form. The one, all language and no language. The one, all motion and no motion. The one, indescribable, unspeakable, incomparable. The one says, "You are my infinite self. All that I am, you are. All that is mine is also thine. You are immortal being, including immortal form. Your form is my idea made visible. You are not something that has soul. You are soul. Being is not something that has body. Being includes body. As soul is eternal, so also is body eternal. Body, form, is the expression of perfect living self-existence.